Hello again. The table saw is especially built for cutting big sheet materials. The sheet materials we have here is mostly MDF, plywood, but also acrylic sheets. In this video we explain how to cut sheet material, and we use here for the saw table, the shortcut fence, and this one, the rib fence. First, the settings of the height of the saw blade. For sheet material counts that the blade should be approximately 20 millimeters plus the thickness of the material. For example, when your material thickness is 18 millimeters, the settings will be 18 plus 20 millimeters is 38 millimeters. Therefore, you select the height of the saw blade, press in 38, press start again, and you see that the blade is approximately 2 centimeters above the material. You can use the saw table on several ways. Large pieces, we advise to use it behind the crosscut fence, but for shortening or for short pieces, we advise to put it in front of the shortcut fence, so you will have more support of it. You can do it on two ways. You can put the material down, press firmly, then start to cut, or you can use this clamp, tighten the material, and then we can start to cut. Important for shortening wood is that you always keep the longest part to the fence. One of the most made mistakes is that people hold the material like this, but now you have not enough support from the fence. But keep your material here, firmly to the fence. Now it's easy to cut. For specific measures, we use the size touch. Before you cut, you hold the material to both the shortcut fence and the size touch. Press it down firmly, turn the machine on. And after the cut, you remove the size touch and the material. We can also make a combination of the shortcut fence and the rib fence for the size. The most made mistake is that the rib fence is too far and there's a chance for kickback. When you put the rib fence in front of the saw blade, you won't have that. With this machine, it's also possible to put the shortcut fence under a specific corner. For a parallel cutting, we use the rib fence. For the right horizontal setting for a parallel cutting is that you move the rib fence to the blue line. If you want to cut a more narrow piece, again, the top of the front of the rib fence you put back to the blue line. There are several ways to make a parallel cut. For us, it is important that you feel comfortable with it and you work safe. Remember, you can only cut your fingers off when they are near the blade. Before you cut, press the material to the rib fence, close your fingers, and my left hand I hold in a steady position. With my right hand, I'm moving the material forward. And when my right hand enters my left hand, I take the push stick, remove my left hand, and then start continuing the cutting. For cutting really short pieces, you can also use another piece of wood which you put on top of the material. You press down, and in combination with the push stick, you're going to cut it. Other possibilities of the table saw is that you also can cut grooves with it, or you can put the blade underneath the tilt to cut underneath the corner. For example, a miter. Looking back to this video, I explained to you how to use this machine for cutting sheet materials. I explained the saw table, the shortcut fence, and the rib fence. Thanks for watching and work safe. Ciao.